I don't know about you, but I have been feeling, I'm falling down. I have been super motivated to work on my projects, like my creative projects, my business projects, and get everything more streamlined. I just feel like I had gotten to a point where there was so much bloat. I'm trying to do so many things all at once. It's just not feasible. I mean, it is feasible, but it's not probably desirable, I guess. Oh, wait, I was supposed to be putting stuff in here too. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have been feeling that too, like wanting to streamline things in your life. It just seems like the time is now to streamline and organize my thoughts better so that I'm able to grow my business. I guess is what it comes down to, grow my business and while working on the projects that I love working on, the things that bring me tons of joy. I have a book publishing company. I write books. I'm in the process of writing a new fantasy fiction series. I'm making a YouTube show about that, about the creation of that series. I'm always reading like 3 or 4 or 5 books at once because I'm a maniac and I love reading. I also have a podcast called The Infinite Drop. I started a new show called The Mirror, which I'm saying all this out loud and it sounds so crazy to say it out loud, but I actually enjoy being creative and making these shows. But my show, The Mirror, it's all about personal sovereignty, having more presence and integrity and mindfulness in your life. And it's really focused specifically around men's work and supporting men as they are going through this huge evolution that they're going through. I don't think it's a big secret that a lot of guys are in a time of considering how they might just come into greater, I don't know, the way I think of it is like come into greater levels of self-awareness, presence, integrity, confidence, things like that. Oh my gosh, there's an ant. So yeah, I've been streamlining my business. I have been thinking about how I want to actually be applying my energy and my time each day, what I want to be focusing on, the clients I want to work with. I've purposely been slowing down on my destiny card and my destiny intuitive reading side of my business. I haven't been promoting it as much because I realize while I love doing those readings, it takes so much of my energy. It is just not scalable in a way that I need it to be. I'll offer those readings. Like I had a reading today with a client and I'm still offering those readings, but I'm not going to be like promoting it, I guess is what I'm saying. So I don't know if I'm going to keep doing laundry right now. I don't really feel like it, to be honest. Let's just come in here. Let's come in here. Let's sit and relax. I've been going so hard for so long. It's like I think I've just been a little antsy. Almost like when you drink too much coffee. And that happens to me when I'm working too much. It's like all of a sudden I just start multitasking and I just keep working and working and working, even though I'm really tired and need to relax. I'm a little bit like a toddler like that, and that when I'm the most tired, it's like the hardest for me to like want to lay down and go to sleep. So I just have to force myself to do it. But yeah, this week's been really great. I felt really settled this week with all the organization that's happening. Like naturally, I'm coming to conclusions with a lot of things on my business, things that previously were so confusing and I couldn't figure out. I was like, gosh, how am I going to make all these things work? How is this going to happen? Especially with social media having changed so much. It's like social media used to be just where you like post stuff you were doing and interested in and stuff you were promoting and working on. And now it's changed. We still follow people we know. That's still a thing, obviously, for most people. But now mostly like the accounts I engage with most are people I don't know. And their account is just focused on one thing. And it's like, I really like that one thing that they're doing or those 1 or 2 things they're doing. My social media is all over the place. I mean, I'm talking about astrology, destiny readings, intuition, metaphysics. I have podcast clips. I talk about my work coaching men, the books I'm publishing, my book publishing company, my Substack. I mean, it's all over the place. And I'm like a dynamic person, and it's hard. It's been hard for me to like, I mean, I haven't done it because I don't, it's been difficult to know. And I guess to commit to like, what am I committing to? I think it was like yesterday, maybe yesterday. I wasn't like actively thinking about this, but I just taken a shower and I was in my office, and all of a sudden it was like this idea came over me, and I just cleared my whiteboard and wrote kind of like drew out this concept. And I'm like, oh, I really need to dial my business and dial my personal brand like way up. I'm kind of in the weeds. I'm really in the weeds. I have so much Virgo in my chart, so I'm like super in the weeds. I'm like, here's all the details about this and this and this and this and this. And it's just so many details. And details are fun for me, but it's confusing. It can be confusing, or just people start glossing over and they're not sure what you're about. It's like, as humans, we do better when we can just associate somebody with one thing, like, oh, that's the artsy girl. That's the guy who does film. That she's a hairstylist. Oh, he's an accountant, right? And for a while, I went narrow. I was like, oh, she's the tarot card girl. You can go to her for intuitive tarot readings. And then I added in destiny cards, and then it was like, okay, now I'm doing this with business mixed, which all this whole time I was doing those things. I have clients that come to me for those things, but it's like I kept hodgepodging and putting things together. And then I had the podcast, but it was like, what was the podcast? Like, what is the podcast doing? I'm having conversations with people. That's great. But like, what part of my business is it feeding? It's not feeding a part of my business currently. So then I was like, well, I need to focus on the books. I love writing books. So I start writing books again. And then that just opens up this whole creative can of worms. And I'm like writing and thinking about the characters. And now I'm making a YouTube show about one of the books I'm writing. It's like things get out of hand when I get creative. It's like I just get totally out of hand and start just building. It's like I am not good about having an idea and waiting. I get an idea, and that night I've like built the website, the brand, I'm building it out, I'm creating it. I'll put it out for a little bit, and then I'm like, nobody's interested. I'm like, move on to the next thing, you know? And it's like, I didn't even give it time to I didn't give like the seed time to germinate. I think that's the right word, germinate. And I've been learning how to do that in my personal life over the last 3 years. Can't count. I'm like 3 years. And I feel like I'm really getting the hang of that in my personal life. But my creative and business world, it's a totally different story. Like, I'm a digital hoarder. I've got creative projects everywhere. I am subscribed to I have like so many SaaS subscriptions, software subscriptions, AI tools. Like, I'm creating new music right now for my new book. I have a book club. I mean, it's crazy how much stuff I have going on. So the last couple of days, I have been just like knocking the list down. I'm like, listen, these are hobbies. These are things you can do for business. This is long term. These are short term creative things. I'm going to say pushing myself, but I've been taking the steps of streamlining and just getting clear on like, okay, what are you going to use these social media channels for? What is your business? What are you hanging your hat on so that people can like associate me with one thing that I can, build my business on? And like I said, I mean, I went from being a vice president of strategy at an agency. I left that position in 2023 to become a full-time intuitive and tarot reader. And I did really good. I was really proud of myself. Like, I went all in and I made really good money my first year. Like, I shocked myself with how much I made. um, especially for that job. Like, I don't know a lot of tarot readers that their first year full-time business, you know, I'm not like, I'm not saying people don't. I'm just saying I was really proud of myself. Like, I took it really far. And then that next year did really well too. That was in from 2024 to 2025. But then I started realizing how much energy it takes to do those readings. And I realized like I can't scale it the way I want. Plus, with in the last couple of years, it's like astrology, tarot, all these things are the whole fields just feel super flooded to me. On top of that, I mean, I know they always say like, oh, there's room for everybody. People always say that. But also, really, what it comes down to is I realized that there was some portion of my clients where I felt like I would be better serving them if we were in a engagement or a relationship where we could work together over the long term, and I was able to offer them like tools that they have. Like, I just didn't I realized that like long term what I was offering was not a solution, and that people were coming to me as an intermediary for things that are important in their lives. But I just knew, I was like, you know what, if you have these other tools, like, you're going to get sustainable long-term results. And I had written my book, Human in the Machine Age, a blueprint for reconnecting to your body's wisdom. And those are the tools that I do teach and offer and share with my clients who work with me month to month in a coaching, like mentorship style setting. So my business is just it's been transitioning naturally to that. I still have clients that come to me for intuitive sessions where we'll get on and we'll just talk and I'll dive in with them. I use the cards sometimes, but rarely anymore. It's just more one-to-one. And I love my clients that I've worked with for years. You know, again, like I got to chat with someone today who a client I haven't talked to since March. So to like get the updates on what's going on in her life was so great. I really do enjoy those, and I'll probably always offer those to my clients that I've had for a while, but I'm just not going to be promoting it as much. Yeah. I mean, also this past 2 weeks, I had so many websites, so many domains, and I've streamlined all of them. They're just all going to theaubreynicole.com now. I'm kind of removing that middle layer of like branding I had. You know, all these other brands like Moksha Destiny is my social handle, but I had mokshadestiny.com. And it's like the way my business is going now, it's like people just come to me as Aubrey. Like, they know that I have these other tools. They know I have the intuitive abilities. They know that I work with the mystical systems like astrology and numerology, cards of destiny. But those are like tools in my tool bag. That's not the reason why people are working with me. And so I think by just removing some of the branding layer in the middle, it's also like I just see branding changing so much. I worked in brand strategy, marketing, messaging, all of this for like my whole like more formal like corporate career. I went to school for marketing. It's just changing. It's already changed, but it like continues to evolve. People want real, right? In the past, like I would never record a video like this and then put it out, right? That would look like people would say that would look unpolished. I'd be like, oh, that's unpolished, or like that's not on brand, or um, it was like you needed to like, you know, film things in a studio or have it look to a certain quality or a certain level. And now, myself included, everybody just wants you just want real. Like our phones aren't brand new anymore. Like we're not like you used to be able to like not that I'm saying anybody was tricking anyone, but you used to be able to like portray something that looked like, oh, you're above them in a certain respect. Like you've got a more successful business or you've got your stuff together more, you're more trustworthy. I think that's really where like the impetus for most people was coming from, was like, oh, I want to present as trustworthy. And to do that, I need to be on a really professional set with great lights and I need to look really polished and sound on script. But now we all know that like anyone can do that, and that doesn't actually equal trust or the thing that we thought equaled trust, right? So it's just changing. And yeah, I'm really tired right now. I'm realizing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call this one. I'm super tired, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for being here. Bye.